Multiplying rational expressions. How do we multiply these two numbers together? We could do it the hard way by just multiplying across, leaving it the way it is. It's a little more complicated, and then it's harder to simplify in the end. What I recommend you do is that we factor everything out, then cancel out as much as possible, and then do our multiplying. So let's do that. I'm going to start by factoring the left-hand side on the numerator at the top. We have 3y. That can't be factored anymore, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. 3y. The bottom can be factored, and that's factored out as y plus 9 times y minus 2. Let's look at the second side. Oh, that's 6 minus y squared, our numerator, I think would make more sense if we took a negative 1 out of it, and it ends up becoming, all the signs are switched, so I can switch the order, y squared plus y minus 6. Notice how each sign got switched? And for now, I'm just going to write down the 6y cubed. I'll come back to that later. All right. Next, I'm going to factor out that right-hand side a little further, because my left is already factored all the way. So I'm just going to write my left down. That is not changing. Y plus 9, y plus 2 times. Now we have that minus 1. That's just being carried along. The next part can be factored down to be y plus 3 times y minus 2. My bottom can be factored out to be minus 6 times y times y times y. Now I factored everything out about as much as I can. Time to start canceling. I'm looking for things that I find on the top and on the bottom. First thing I notice is that I made a small mistake when I was copying it down. This should be y minus 2. Sorry about that. Alright, what can I cancel? Well, going back to the one where I made a mistake, I see a y minus 2 on the bottom and a y minus 2 on the top. Let's cancel them out. I see a negative sign on the top and the bottom. Let's cancel them out. I see one y over here, one y over there. Let's cancel them out. Remember, when you're canceling, all that matters is they come one off the top, one on the off the bottom. Doesn't matter if they're on opposite sides of the multiplying sign. As long as there's one on the top, one on the bottom. Anything else I can cancel? Yes, there is. I can take a 3 goes out of here 1 time, and a 3 goes out of there 2 times. I'm just leave a 2 there instead. So what I'm left with is, I'll write down what I've got left, because nothing else I can cancel out. I've got a 1 left on the top over here. I have a y plus 9 left on the bottom, times, and I look at the other side. I can ignore the plus 1, because 1 doesn't really count for anything. I have a y plus 3. And on the bottom, I've got 2 y's and a 2. So 2 times y squared. Now I multiply this out. Let's do it black. Multiplying the top out, I have to multiply both of those out. 1 times y and y times 3, or 1 times 3 is y plus 3 all over. Now I'm going to take this 2y and multiply it by both of those. So 2y squared times y is 2y cubed. 2y squared times 9 is going to give me plus 18y squared. And that is about as far as I can take it. That is my end answer. Don't forget, when you're doing non-permissible values, your non-permissible values should probably happen at this stage right here. That's a different video, though.